In a world full of chaos, one doctor, one researcher, one reporter, one average person, whatever, must find a cure.
Well, that's the last one, guys.
You know what? I really miss those old days, you know? Like, first my Snapchat goes, then YouTube's gone. This stupid thing. Can't even look at my makeup anymore. I miss water and toilets. Ugh.
So, then what have we been using as the bathroom this whole time?
It's not as bad as you think, guys. At least it's not raining.
We're so close to finding a cure for this thing. I mean, we just need to go back to our old notes about S-type-B and S-paratype-B. Those diseases ravaged humanity for centuries, but they still found a way to get through it. We can do it too.
But not in underdeveloped countries, though. Actually, only 75% of people who travel abroad from the USA contract typhoid fever, and we're not traveling anywhere, so we should be completely fine.
Where'd you get that statistic? 2016?
Actually, yes, 2016 was a big year for typhoid.
Even before the world lost its beautiful glimmering light, typhoid fever only caused about 400 cases in the US yearly, which might not seem like a lot, but for a country so advanced and clean, it makes a significant difference. And oddly enough, the bacteria isn't really spread in the USA. Like I said before, 75% of typhoid cases come from people who go abroad to countries like Vietnam, Ethiopia, and other third world countries. And in 2016, Zimbabwe was facing a devastating outbreak of the disease. So you only needed to be really cautious when going abroad. The disease was still deadly during that time and hard to treat.
This would have been really helpful about a year ago. Why didn't you tell us then?
Okay, you guys seem so down. I didn't really want to bring any more negative energy to the room.
Did you write that down? Any information at all could be crucial in the fight against this disease.
Well, what about what happened in the past? We're so focused on what's happening around us, but there's a lot of things in the past that could help us out.
Then why don't you enlighten us?
I will.
Typhoid fever has been reported ever since 430 BC in Athens, where it plagued one-third of the population, including the leader and his successor. Another interesting incidence of typhoid fever was between 1607 and 1624, where it was believed to eradicate Jamestown, Virginia, the first colonizing expedition of America. Even during the American Civil War, typhoid fever was responsible for over 80,000 deaths. A more specific cause of typhoid was a carrier known as Typhoid Mary, who was a healthy carrier of S. typhi and was a cook who denied her illness and infected 25 people and killed 2 with typhoid. She was even forced into quarantine 2 times for a total of 26 years. But this was before any antibiotic therapy for typhoid fever was developed, so mortality was only 10 to 30%.
We should be fine then.
Did you write all of that down? I told you, any information at all could be crucial in the fight.
Do you know
against
what?
this.
I am so sick and tired of writing all these notes for you guys. Okay? I didn't even pass English 101 in the first place, and you don't even need all this. Because you know what? I have first-hand experience. So it started with the absolute worst headache. And then that turned into a fever, and I was tired all the time. And on top of that, your stomach hurts constantly, and it always feels like you have to use the bathroom, which is why we need toilets. But anyways, my throat was dry from coughing, and I honestly felt so bloated. I almost thought I was pregnant. False alarm. But 0 out of 10 would not recommend.
You know, this would have been a really great newscast. I wish I had taken your quote, when I was doing that. Seriously.
Yeah, but you're not exactly the most professional source of information on typhoid fever. I have an MD and a PhD, and you didn't pass English 101.
Well, but this guy over here has first-hand experience with the disease.
know my name?
Okay, that was then, this is now. We have better things to worry about now, like keeping ourselves healthy at all costs, because who knows, we might be all that's left. The last one, so quit messing around, guys. You have to wash your hands. We stocked up on soap and hand sanitizer for a reason. And don't just drink any water, it could be contaminated. Only drink from that pot of water that I boiled for us. Yeah, the heat should have killed any microorganisms. Since there aren't any raw foods at this point, we're okay with just the canned foods for now. And if we had any vaccines available, I'd suggest that. But since we don't have any, this is the best we can do for now.
Yeah, remaining healthy is important, but to make progress, we need to take risks. It's amazing what such a tiny organism can do to our bodies.
What's this stinky plate doing around here? Hi, Felicia.
Excuse me? That danky plate could hold the secrets to unlocking the cure for this disorder. The first steps to understanding how to fix this disease is to understand the organism that causes it. Here's what we know so far. S. typhi and S. paratyphi are gram-negative bacilli. They're facultative anaerobes and they only have one host, human beings. These bacteria get in through your mouth and contaminated water or food. Within 1 day, the bacteria are in your bone marrow, spleen, and liver. Within 3 days, you might start to show symptoms. If the doctor and I were worried that one of us might be infected, we'd really want to take samples from your bone marrow to make sure, but blood samples would work too. If you had the more severe form, though, I would guess it was S. typhi causing it, and if you had the less severe form, I'd say paratyphi, but antigen tests would tell us for sure. Back in 2016, they used to prescribe drugs like ciprofloxacin, ceftriaxone, and azithromycin to treat these infections, but with the resistant microbes we're facing now, I have no clue what would work.
Wow, you got that from just my notes?
What? No. This paper is illegible.
You know, guys, I think we might actually have a chance of surviving.
They grow up so fast. Guys, I found the cure.
Whoa! You're like a psychic!
Come on, guys.